Ever wondered how to make your own macadamia milk at home? Well, wonder no more because today we're diving into the world of homemade nut milks. Macadamia milk is a rich, creamy delight that's not just delicious but also packed with nutrients. It's a perfect choice for vegans, those with lactose intolerance, or anyone who just wants to try something new and healthy. So are you ready to get started? Great, let's dive right in. Why choose macadamia milk over other nut milks? Well, macadamia milk is not only delightfully creamy and full of rich flavor, but it also comes packed with a wealth of health benefits. This dairy-free alternative is a nutritional powerhouse, chock full of essential vitamins and minerals. It's a great source of healthy fats, helping to boost heart health and lower cholesterol. Plus, it's high in antioxidants, which protect our bodies from harmful free radicals. But the perks don't stop there. The naturally sweet and nutty taste of macadamia milk makes it a versatile choice for a variety of dishes and drinks. Whether you're adding a splash to your morning coffee, blending it into a smoothie, or using it in your favorite recipes, macadamia milk brings a unique and delicious twist. So with all these benefits, why not give macadamia milk a try? It might just become your new favorite dairy-free alternative. Before we start, gather all your ingredients and equipment. For this homemade macadamia milk, you'll need 1 cup of raw macadamia nuts. If you're wondering where to find them, check out your local health food store or buy them online. Next, you'll need 4 cups of filtered water. We are going for the best quality here, so filtered water is a must. Add a pinch of salt to enhance the flavor. If you prefer a touch of sweetness, consider adding some optional sweeteners like dates or honey. A dash of vanilla extract can also elevate the taste. As for the equipment, you'll need a blender, a nut milk bag, or a fine mesh strainer, a large bowl, and a storage bottle. A high-powered blender is great for achieving a smooth consistency. Once you have everything ready, we can start the process. The first step in our process is to prepare the macadamia nuts. These little gems are the star of our show, and we want to treat them right. So what's the secret? Soaking. That's right. A good soak in water is the key to unlocking the full potential of macadamia nuts. Why soak them, you might ask? Well, soaking not only softens the nuts, making them easier to blend, but it also helps to activate the enzymes within the nuts, making them even more nutritious. So you're not just getting a delicious milk, but a health boost too. Now grab a bowl and your macadamia nuts. Place the nuts in the bowl and cover them with water. It's time for them to take a little bath. You'll want to let them soak for at least 4 hours, but if you can, it's best to let them soak overnight. This will ensure they're perfectly softened and ready for blending. Once they've had their soak, drain the water and give the nuts a good rinse. This helps to wash away any lingering phytic acid, a substance found in many nuts and seeds that can impair the absorption of certain nutrients. And just like that, your macadamia nuts are prepped and ready to go. It's a simple step, but it makes all the difference in the final product. Now that our macadamia nuts are prepped, we move on to the blending. Now we're ready to blend our ingredients together. First, we're going to transfer the soaked, drained, and rinsed macadamia nuts into the blender. These softened gems are now primed to transform into our luxurious macadamia milk. Next, we're going to add 4 cups of fresh filtered water. This ratio of water to nuts is essential in achieving the perfect consistency for our milk. Too much water and the milk becomes watery. Too little and it might be too thick. It's all about finding that sweet spot. Now this is where you get to customize your milk. If you prefer your macadamia milk plain, you can skip this step. However, for those with a sweet tooth or a penchant for flavor, now's your chance to experiment. A pinch of sea salt can elevate the natural flavors of the macadamia nuts, while a dash of vanilla extract adds a subtle hint of sweetness and aroma. If you're looking for a sweeter milk, consider adding a natural sweetener like dates or honey. Just remember, less is more. You can always add more later, but you can't take it out once it's blended. Once all your ingredients are in the blender, it's time to blend. Start your blender on a low setting to break up the nuts, then gradually increase to high speed. Let the blender work its magic for 1 to 2 minutes until the mixture is perfectly smooth and creamy. While it's blending, you might notice the mixture becoming frothy. That's a good sign. It means the nuts are breaking down and releasing their natural oils, which gives the milk its rich, creamy texture. And there you have it. That's the blending process in a nutshell. By following these steps, you've transformed simple ingredients into a lush, creamy, and nutritious macadamia milk. Once everything is blended to a smooth consistency, we're ready for straining. But that's a task for our next scene, so stay tuned, the best is yet to come. The next step is to strain our blended mixture. This is where we separate the milk from the pulp, ensuring a smooth, creamy finish to our macadamia milk. We've done all the hard work, now let's reap the rewards. For this, we'll need a clean nut milk bag or a fine mesh strainer. You could also use a cheesecloth if that's what you have handy. It's all about flexibility and making the most of what you've got. Place your strainer over a large bowl, ensuring it's stable. You don't want any of that precious milk escaping. Then, slowly pour your blended macadamia mixture into the strainer. The liquid should begin to filter through into the bowl, leaving the pulp behind. Now, we get to the hands-on part. Using clean hands, gently squeeze or press the remaining mixture in the strainer. This helps to extract every last drop of that creamy goodness. Remember, we're not in a rush here. Take your time and enjoy the process. As you press, you'll notice the milk becoming smoother and creamier. That's exactly what we're looking for. Once you've squeezed out as much as you can, you'll be left with the dry pulp in your strainer. This can be composted, used in baking, or even as a natural scrub. You'll notice that the milk in the bowl is creamy, smooth, and has a beautiful, rich color. That's the hallmark of homemade macadamia milk, a sight to behold and a treat to taste. Take a moment to appreciate your handiwork. You've turned simple, raw macadamia nuts into this luscious, dairy-free milk. It's a testament to the magic that can happen in the kitchen. Now, all that's left is to transfer this milk into a clean bottle or jar for storage, but we'll cover that in the next scene. Great job! Now we have our smooth, creamy macadamia milk. You're one step closer to enjoying this nutritious, delicious drink at home. Stay tuned for the next step, storing your freshly made macadamia milk. Now that we have our macadamia milk, it's time to store it properly. Storing your homemade macadamia milk correctly is key to keeping it fresh and delicious for as long as possible. Let's start with the container. Glass is the best choice for storing your macadamia milk. It doesn't impart any flavors to the milk and it's easy to clean. A sealable glass jar or bottle works perfectly. Ensure the container is clean and dry before pouring in your milk. Next, let's talk about temperature. Your homemade macadamia milk should be stored in the refrigerator. The cool temperature slows down the growth of bacteria, keeping your milk fresh for longer. Always place the milk in the coldest part of your fridge, usually the back, rather than the door. Now, how long can you expect your macadamia milk to last? On average, homemade macadamia milk will stay fresh for about 5 days in the fridge. This time frame can vary slightly depending on the freshness of your ingredients and the cleanliness of your equipment. To check if your macadamia milk is still good, give it a sniff. If it smells sour or off, it's best to toss it and make a new batch. The texture can also give you a hint. If it's unusually thick or has lumps, it's time to say goodbye. You might notice that your macadamia milk separates over time, with a creamy layer forming at the top. Don't be alarmed, this is completely normal. It's just the natural fats from the macadamias rising to the top. So what should you do when you're ready to use your macadamia milk? Give it a good shake. Shaking the container will remix those natural fats back into the milk, returning it to its smooth, creamy state. Remember, homemade macadamia milk doesn't have any preservatives like store-bought versions, so it won't last as long. But the fresh, rich taste of your homemade milk is worth the extra effort. Remember to give it a good shake before use. We've come to the end of our macadamia milk journey. We've learned why it's a fantastic choice for a dairy-free alternative. We've gathered our raw macadamia nuts, filtered water, and a pinch of salt. We've soaked, blended, and strained our nuts to create this creamy delight. Finally, we've stored our homemade milk for future use, all in a few easy steps. And there you have it, homemade macadamia milk that's easy, healthy, and delicious. Thank you for joining us in making this delightful macadamia milk. We hope you're inspired to try it at home. It's a simple, nutritious, and delicious alternative to store-bought versions. If you've enjoyed this journey, please help us grow by liking, sharing, and subscribing to our channel. We've got more exciting recipes and tips lined up for you, so don't miss out. Stay tuned for more exciting recipes and tips. Until next time, happy milking.